Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is of course again full of new makeup releases, but today it's going to be a tiny little bit different, in a tiny little bit different of an order. Okay, so I hope you will bear with me. I am definitely going to put a timestamp here on the bottom of the page or on the bottom of the picture so you can skip to the new makeup releases in case you want to. But first I want to do a bit of a life update because stuff has happened in the last week that really changed my life and freaked me out and stuff like that. Okay, and I also want to say something really nice, and you will just have to watch it. Okay, but if not, then just skip to the new makeup releases. Beyond that, before we of course go into it, I definitely want to of course say hi to everybody who is new. Thank you for being here, and in case you just found me, please feel free to check out my channel and of course my social media. Everything is of course linked down in the description box. Just click on the link for the link tree. In case you hear random noises in the background, that is usually my dogs. There are 4 of them here on the floor. It's also summer vacation, so my kids might be around and make some noise in the background, or my husband walking through, or you know, just normal life happening. Okay, beyond that, of course subscribe to my channel, obviously that would be great. And I want to quickly tell you also what I have on my face, because last week I actually forgot that and only said it at the end of the video because I was looking down, putting down my phone after I had finished the new makeup releases, looking down, saw that the palettes were still lying here and I had not told you. Okay, so for today's look I did a look with 2 palettes from Unearthly Cosmetics. We're also going to talk about that brand of course later in the video, but that is not connected to anything. Just randomly pulled out these palettes because when I'm not working with something that I got in PR and that has a launch date coming up or something like this, I am making a point of just pulling out my older palettes and just doing whatever I want. Now today I did kind of a very low, I don't know, a low impact look compared to what I usually do, because it has a lot to do with what I'm going to talk about in my life update. I kind of feel like these last days I have done very neutral makeup because I just felt it. I needed it to be very simple. I still want it to be put together, but I want it to be very simple and very low key because I just needed it for my soul. Okay, so today is already a little bit not as low key as I was the last days, but so what I used, long speech, what I used for this look is actually the Leather and Lace palette from Unearthly Cosmetics, and I basically just used this one shade this one shade for my matte, and then I used the All I Ever Wanted palette, also from Unearthly Cosmetics, and this is how she looks. This is a spectacular, beautiful palette, really loving it. What did I use? I think I used this shade and this shade and this shade, these 3 shades. Okay, so that is basically what I have. And on my lips I'm also wearing something from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is one of their newer lippies from the lip gloss collection. I think this is the only one that it doesn't have any sparkles in it. So this is the shade Juice. Okay, so that is basically what I used for today's look. Let me just move this mirror because I constantly, like, I see myself looking at myself in the mirror right here. Is really creepy. Okay, so that is that. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, let me go into the life update. And I really have the jitters about it because I have been really traumatized by this. So I'm filming this on a Tuesday, the day before you're seeing this. Hopefully you will be seeing this. And last Friday, I was actually expecting guests for Shabbat because I'm Jewish, we are Orthodox, so we have, of course, our Shabbat celebrations, and usually we also, or once in a while at least, we try to have guests. Okay, so we did have guests coming, and I was preparing, of course, all the meals for Shabbat and all of that. Now, Friday afternoon, in the thick of everything, when everything goes wild because everything has to be finished before Shabbat starts on Friday evening, I got a message from my sister. My sister lives in the same house with my mom in Germany. They share a like a what is it called? Duplex home, something like that, right? They share a house. Okay, so she sent me a message. She said, Leorah, Mom has been taken to the hospital. She's in intensive care right now, and it doesn't look so good. I completely lost it. Sweeties, I completely lost it. Now my mom is 80, what is she, 83? And I think she's going to be 84 in December. And I know that that is an age, it's a full and ripe age. You have lived a whole life, and I think she has a lot of nice things and accomplishments to look back to. But seriously, out of the blue, I didn't handle this very well. It did the worst thing you can imagine to my eating disorder. I have been out of control so bad. And please, if you believe in prayers, then please pray for me, and also of course for my mom, because I don't want to make this about myself, but I would really appreciate your prayers, because I have gone through my personal hell regarding my eating disorder. I don't think it has ever been that bad. Okay, okay, so beyond that, I don't even know how I got through Shabbat. I don't know. I don't know how I got through having guests and serving food and hosting. I have no idea, you know, because you cannot cancel like 2 hours before Shabbat hits, because people depend on being hosted by you in that case, right? Because they have not prepared anything themselves. And if you don't know, in religious Judaism, really, you cannot then, after Shabbat has started, you do not then start to cook. That is finished, you know. If you are an observant Jew, you don't do that. You're finished before Shabbat starts, okay, and then you rest. Okay, now I only knew basically from my sister, who made me then an extra message a little bit later on, closer to Shabbat. I heard, oh, it's really bad. I heard a bit of the details about what had happened. So my mom, basically, Friday morning, she had been okay, and then suddenly she started to feel bad in her lungs, and out of the blue, within minutes, her situation deteriorated, and apparently it was very hard for her to catch her breath, and it was just getting worse and worse. So my sister, she alerted my sister to come and to see her. My sister is also a registered nurse, also because I'm also a registered nurse by profession. So so basically my sister came to my mom, looked at her and said, okay, we're going to call the doctor. Now, the things got bad so fast that my sister said, forget about it, I'm going to take you to the hospital. By the time they drove the car out of the garage, my mom's situation had gotten even worse. So my sister said, you know what, we're going to call the ambulance. I'm not going to drive you, because what happens if I'm driving and you're sitting next to me at the seat next to the driver, and something happens with you and I'm in the middle of driving, like, you know, I can't. Okay, so they called the ambulance. The ambulance came after like 3-4 minutes, so that was great. And they of course looked at my mom, gave her oxygen, and started to do some tests, but didn't really administer any medication because they're not allowed to. They're paramedics. I don't know how it is where you live, if paramedics are allowed to give certain kinds of medications besides oxygen. Oxygen is not really a medication, right? So but they said they can't. My sister said, look at her, you know, look at her. She was actually fading away. She was fading away. And the emergency doctor, who in Germany, because they live in Germany, comes in a separate car. They don't come together with the paramedics in the ambulance. So the paramedics said we are not allowed to administer. So my sister begged. Okay, so she begged, and then they said, okay, I hope I'm not getting them into trouble now, but not saying names, I have no idea who these people were, okay? So they said, okay, I'm going to give her this and that medication, I don't know. When they were about to administer it, the doctor actually pulled into the driveway, so in the end it all worked out. But thank God, and I mean it, thank God, the medication worked and showed effect, and my mom stabilized a little bit. But this was a really close call. Really close call. So they took her immediately. They put her into intensive care. She was there for 3 days. And by now she has been moved to a regular ward for more testing and stuff like that. As of right now, I have no idea what is happening more, you know. I just know that she has to undergo more tests and stuff like that. I have no idea what the results will be, what they will find, what has to be done. I have no idea. But just so you know, because maybe some of you are with me long enough that you actually even have seen my mom here on my channel when she came to visit Israel, and she has been filming with me once in a while. So maybe just keep her in your prayers, because actually in 5 weeks time she wanted to come here and spend the Jewish New Year with me and my family. So I don't know what is going to happen with that, but right now we're basically just dealing with today, one day at a time. Okay, I also have to say that now, for me being Tuesday, so on Monday, yesterday, I spoke with my mom for the first time. It was very hard for her to speak because speaking triggered a lot of coughing, because I think she still has a lot of fluids in her lungs, even though she is doing much better. But I kind of feel like I need to hold myself. Crazy. Can someone come and hug me? Seriously, like, where are you all? Seriously. Okay, so I spoke with her, and she said, Leorah, you know what, when all of this happened and I basically sat down on my living room couch and I just saw or felt how life is slipping away from me, and I looked at everything I have and at everything that I have accomplished and that everything I still wanted to do and had planned to buy or to do or whatever. And she said, Leorah, it is incredible how nothing matters. None of this matters anymore. It is like there is a switch that detaches you from this world. And it does not matter anymore. In a way, it's comforting, you know, and in a way, it's very comforting. But, you know, you come with nothing, you go with nothing. That is how it is, okay? So maybe that can just maybe raise our awareness a little bit, so we can just live with what we have and enjoy what we have a little bit more. Because at the end of the day, when it's our time to go, nothing is going to matter. None of this is going to matter. Okay, so that was basically that. Has been a big challenge, especially for me in the case that basically I am on a different continent from my mom. I can also, with the 7 children and all my rescue animals and all of that, I cannot just drop everything and leave and go to her, you know. It was, I don't know, it was a feeling beyond belief for me, you know. All right, so that is definitely what I wanted to share. That is also why I haven't been posting. I haven't been answering messages. You know, I just needed to stay offline. I couldn't deal with it, honestly, you know. So that was that. I don't know how fast I will come back to normal, because of course the whole situation is still what it is, but we will see. Okay, all right, so that is that. The other thing that I wanted to mention, and that actually has happened, or I kind of sort of borderline announced it already at the end of last week's video, but it was just a pop-up message, because by the time, or when I was filming last week's video, I didn't know yet that the following thing is going to happen, okay? It happened while I was editing, so I could still include it as a pop-up message, but I don't think a lot of people saw it. And I just wanted to put it out there in case you're interested. Okay, so you know, if you are not completely new here, you know that my heart beats for rescue dogs and for dog training, and maybe you also know that I am going to become a professional dog trainer, and I'm starting a program to learn all of that in 4 weeks. Wow. In 4 weeks I'm supposed to start the training to become a professional dog trainer. Super excited about it, living my best life when it comes to stuff like this. I know that this is going to be my way of changing the world in little things, okay? I'm not being over dramatic, but I do believe that if everybody changes the world for the good in little things just around you, the overall picture will look much different, you know? So this is going to be my thing. I know it, I know it, I know that I know that I know. Okay, completely into it. All right, now the thing is that of course the course costs money, okay, and I've spoken about that already, that I do have some money of course saved up, but I don't have enough. So I told you already in previous videos that I'm going to do a declutter, and I'm going to sell things on my Leorah Declutters Instagram. Haven't posted anything. Why? Because I opened my big mouth before I did the research. I have no problem decluttering. I am not attached to things in my life that I cannot let go of them. That is not the reason. The reason is why I haven't started is that the mailing and shipping of everything is incredibly difficult. when it comes to my country. Plus, 95 or 98% of what I'm going to be selling is going to involve international shipping, because you know, my biggest following is in the US and of course also Europe, but not really locally in Israel. So most of the things that I would be selling would go to who knows where in the world, all right? Which then includes, just do the math, okay? For example, if I would sell a palette or a scarf or a dress or whatever for $10, that's just like to put a number on it. And then add like the insurance. And because I guess I would have to insure it, because if it gets lost, people are going to rip me into pieces, right? Because this is the world we're living in. Beyond that, international shipping, which is at least $25 to America. Who wants to buy a used palette and then have international shipping for $25 plus the extra costs and who knows what? It's ridiculous. You know, for that money, you can buy yourself a new palette. So I just feel like this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So I still might want to do it, but it is not going to be the extent that I thought it would be. And will then also, of course, not bring me the funds that I need in order to pay for my course. All right. So what I have been posting also on my social media already last week, before all of this happened with my mom, I already posted a post about a fundraiser. All right, so don't feel pressured. Like I'm not begging here, okay? But if you feel moved to come together, and some people have already actually responded, we have raised 12% of the amount, which is amazing, and I'm super, super grateful. Cheryl, Erica, Pia, Jeanette, there were also some anonymous people. And Patricia, thank you so much. And there are also a couple of people who wrote to me and said, listen, I cannot donate, but I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your success. And, you know, it's so amazing. And thank you so much for coming together. And but if anyone else wants to join, of course, you will find the link to my fundraiser also in my link tree. All right. So that would be wonderful. And if nothing else, maybe you just want to go there and check it out, because I actually wrote the whole story about my rescue dogs there, and also my plans for the future and all of that. Don't want to really include this here in the video because it's going to just be too long, but in case you're interested, please feel free to check out my fundraiser, which is going to be an ongoing fundraiser for, of course, me reaching my goal to pay for the course, but then afterwards also, just in a nutshell, I want to keep also volunteering to train rescue dogs in kennels for a certain amount of hours every week in order to make them more adoptable. You know, to just, you know, make a little bit of a difference there. Okay, sweeties, if you want to support my work, then of course feel free to do that. I would love for you to join me on this journey as well. And with all of that being said, I am just grateful for you guys. And now we're gonna go into the new makeup releases, if I can get the internet working, because as always it has been kind of on the weak side. All right, sweeties, let me just try to get this to work. All right, I actually had to get up, leave the room, get some internet connection, standing like this, and then come back here. So yeah. That is what it is. Okay, I do have some sneak peeks, I do have some updates and all kinds of stuff, so let us just go right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is from Indica Boutique Beauty. Okay, so they're coming out with the white palettes, and I did not really understand, first of all, what that means, because when you look at the palettes, at least the outer packaging, and that's all I'm seeing right now, doesn't really look white, okay? But it just shows you my ignorance, really. Okay, so it says here, a work of love for our beloved Fab 4 is coming. Indica Boutique Beauty is introducing the white palette, Jay, Guru, Deva, and Om. Okay, 4 new eyeshadow palettes inspired by the Beatles' trip to India, where they composed the glorious song of the White Album. Okay, I know nothing about this. I know who the Beatles are. Beyond that, I have no knowledge about this. But I think the idea is really cool. The artwork is really nice, and just shows you how much work and how much dedication went into this. I want to say that this is going to be maybe quads. I have no idea as of right now. But when you think the Fab 4, kind of is for the Beatles, but then also it could be that it is 4 palettes and also quads within 4 palettes. You know what I mean? So, but I'm just guessing. As of right now, I have no idea. This is coming soon. This is all I know as of right now. Then let's also go to Shall We Makeup, because Shall We Makeup is coming out with, as far as I know right now, 2 different palettes. First of all, there is the Circus palette, and they all come in a bigger size and in a smaller size, which you can see also here. The bigger size retails for $30, the smaller size for $15, and this is going to be available on August 15th. All right. This looks really, really cool, honestly. And I kind of get fall-themed vibes already. With a couple of releases, I'm getting fall-themed vibes already. And I'm loving it, because I just feel like fall-themed palettes are the most beautiful in the whole year. And I know that a lot of you feel the same. All right, and then the other palette that they are coming out with is the Octopus Escape palette. This is price-wise a little bit different. The big one costs $38 and the mini one $19, and this is launching on August 14th, so more or less the same time. Okay, yeah, and also this looks actually really, really pretty, completely different of course to the other one, but you know what, I could also imagine both of them together as a combined color scheme. Could be really pretty. Okay, so this is Shall We Makeup. Now let us go to SheGlam, because SheGlam is actually coming out with a very cute collection. Now this is going to be super neutral, but I don't mind that, and I'm not really the biggest fan of the SheGlam formula. It is okay enough. It's also very cheap in the sense of affordable, and that is great. I really love when makeup or any other product is affordable, but it is not the best formula if you ask me. Okay, but you know, everybody has different preferences. Okay, but they're coming out with the Live to Roam collection, and this is a very earthy collection, and I really love that. It's basically what suits me in my personal state of mind and how I'm feeling so much right now. It's just so cool. Okay, the whole collection retails for $45, and it has of course the palette, and then you do have liquid lipsticks, and you do have eyeliners and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so this is available now, and I think just talking about the palette, an 8-pan palette, but the balance in the palette is so nice. I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. Okay, so, and also the flat lay, how they put it up here is super beautiful. They did super well here. Loving it. And the theme, beautiful. Yeah. All right, so that is SheGlam. And I also wanted to give you an update on Ensley Rain Cosmetics, because we spoke last time about the Strawberry Moon palette being revamped and improved and coming back. Okay, I only showed you the outside packaging because also that had changed. And while I'm still not 100% sure how the old palette looked, now I can show you the new palette. This is how it looks. So it says here, this is the new and improved matte formulation. It ensures a velvety smooth application, while the addition of 3 mesmerizing multi-chrome shades will elevate your eye looks to a whole new level. Alright, so that is basically what it is. Is this available now? I do believe it is available now. Okay, so just check on Ensley Rain Cosmetics to see if I'm right or if I'm not. But this looks really pretty. It's basically mostly my most favorite colors to work with. I would probably add more greens, because those are my most favorite colors, but beyond that, these are just super beautiful jewel tone colors that are just perfect for working with them, you know? All right, sweeties, then let's talk about Glam Ghoul Boutique, because they are sneak peeking the Glam Reaper blush palette. As of right now, I can only see this. I kind of really like the theme, the title, the Glam Reaper. Okay, so this is going to be a blush palette. This is going to be revealed soon. Maybe we'll talk about it then next week. We shall see, depending on when they're showing us stuff. But just wanted to give you a heads up on this one from Glam Ghoul Boutique. Then I definitely also wanted to show you a new palette, and that is also one. Can you stop? No, he can't stop. Dante is dreaming, and you know when dogs dream and like it looks like they're running in their dream, so his what's it called, his nails, his claws are hitting the crate, and that's probably what you heard, in case you heard it. It's like he was hitting the crate like this. Okay, so Makeup Rituals is coming out with a new palette, and this is the Mabon Blessings palette. Don't really know what that means, Mabon, but Mabon Blessings palette. And this is one of those palettes where I think, wow, I feel the fall. I feel the fall. It is so beautiful. Yeah, and this is the palette. It looks absolutely stunning. I love it. It's so, 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 so good, you know? So yeah, I have not tried Makeup Rituals. In case you have, then let us know what your experiences were, but this looks beautiful. Loving it. Okay, then we also need to talk about Glisten Cosmetics because they're coming out with a new palette, and I think this is a collab. Okay, this is the Artists Palette Volume 4. Now, don't know now what the other 3 volumes looked like. I'm not aware of that right now. But in any case, it says here they have teamed up with the amazing Alexa JD Makeup to create this palette of dreams. Okay, so that is basically what it is. You do have, they say here it's a whole collection. I cannot see more than the palette right now. Okay, the palette retails for about $41 because Glisten Cosmetics is based in the UK, so the prices sound a little bit weird when it's then posted here in dollars. Okay, so then they also have the Spectra Lash New Bubble Gum for $12, then a brush bundle limited edition with pink handles for about $10, and then the full bundle for $58. Alright, so congratulations on the collab with Glisten Cosmetics, and yeah, so let us move on to something that I actually wanted to talk about last week already, but I didn't have the full information. I only had basically half of the picture. Now I can show you the whole thing, and this is basically what I wanted to talk about. This is Gloss Gods. They're coming out with 2 quads, and this is the top 4 most loved shades, I guess, and this is what you're seeing here. So it is 2 quads with 4 shades each. So the top palette retails for $26, and then the 4 palette for $31, and this is what you have here. The swatches of the special shades look super, super beautiful. Those multi-chromes, absolutely stunning. So in case you want to check this one out, this brand is based in Sweden, in case you want to check this out. And the whole bundle, there is also, I think there is more stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but it says here the bundle price is $101. All right, so in any case, let us move on to the next one. And there I also feel already the fall themed, and that is actually from Viseart. And they're coming out with the Koish Étendue, I think, Étendue palette for $44. And I kind of feel like it is really, really cute. Now, personally, I'm missing the depth because I kind of feel like there should be something like a dark matte. This looks like it's all shimmers to me. Is it all shimmers? I kind of feel like this is all shimmers, but maybe they're doing that because they also, from Viseart, they have all matte palettes, and maybe, you know, you just add a shimmer palette and then work with your pre-existing matte palettes. I don't know. I have tried Viseart. I think I have 2 palettes from Viseart. Didn't like it so much, honestly. I was very disappointed. But yeah, that is just my personal experience, which matters nothing, really. You know, you do your own thing. So this retails for $44, and I think it's actually really, really beautiful, really cute. And then you also do have those lip products. They are like boosting lip oil, shiny lip oils for $19 each, and all of this is available from Viseart. Oh, then I definitely wanted to talk about Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm only talking about this because I need to talk about that. Okay, sweeties, this is what I'm seeing here. Disney and Charlotte Tilbury are collabing, and I kind of need to read this to you. Wait, you know what? By the time you're seeing this, we probably know already what this is. In case I see something more information while I'm editing, I'm still going to include it, okay? But right now I only see this, okay? And it says here, darlings, a magical new collaboration is coming soon. What an honor to get behind the scenes in an iconic world where creativity and limitless thinking, just please remember this, okay? Bring so much magic and joy to the world. Disney? Great. Okay, so this was the most incredible experience, seeing the synergy between makeup and animation, art forms that both use extraordinary skill to help unveil beauty within. Okay, I agree with that. But sweeties, Disney, limitless thinking and magic and joy bringing to the world. Can't relate to that anymore. It used to be in the days of old. Yes. Sweeties, let me know what you think about Disney these days. I just think Disney, as of what I've been seeing lately, is a very, 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 very unhealthy place. Just saying. All right, so that is all I wanted to say about this. I'm not really interested in what Charlotte Tilbury is releasing. It's not my price range, and it's not my game. But I just wanted to read this because I just feel like we're living in different worlds, completely. It's not my world, definitely not. A world where we can still see Disney as a place that brings magic and joy to the world and limitless thinking. I think Disney has been so boxed in their thinking. There is nothing limitless about that place anymore. Absolutely not, but feel free to disagree in the comments. Okay, let us talk about Kimchi Chic Beauty, because they're coming out with actually a very cool palette, very big, which is really, really nice. And this is this palette. A very, very bright palette, and it says here it's so effing bright palette. Yeah. All right, so you can see it here. It is super, super bright, and this is of course the whole purpose of a palette like this. So now I'm not going to complain that there is not enough depth for me in the palette. There are some darker shades, definitely, which is great. You have the dark blue, you have the dark red, you do have the dark green. That's basically what it is. Maybe you also don't need more. You can basically in each color scheme you can deepen it up, like whatever, right? But I kind of really, really celebrate them for like going for it all the way in, loving it. Okay, so super, super cool. I would have to look at all those light pinkish shades, what actually the differences are in texture, in formula, and then also like the slight nuances between the shades, because if you just glance over it, there are several shades that look very, very similar or very close to each other. But again, you know, you have to just look in depth at a palette. Then in case you want to check this one out, this is available now, retailing for only really $40. You know, that is kind of really, really cool. And I'm loving this. Now, do I want to wear this kind of makeup right now? In my state of mind, how I'm feeling right now, no, not ready for it. Okay. Just said like not ready, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna go back to it. I'm not forever going to have this kind of makeup. Okay, so that is I think this is really cool, and I love the brightness. I love looking at this, just not wearing it right now. Okay, then let's also talk about Notoriously Morbid, because they are also sneak peeking something. I don't have the whole picture as of right now, but they are sneak peeking the Prairie Ghost blush and highlighter palette, which you can see partially here. Maybe this is the whole thing, I have no idea, but this is all I'm seeing here. This looks like a picture taken from an Instagram story. So yeah, okay, so it says here, introducing the highly anticipated Prairie Ghost palette. This versatile and stunning 6-pan palette features 3 highlighters and 3 blushes that are sure to leave you looking ethereal and glowing. Okay, so this is the whole palette, as you can see. Should have checked out that post beforehand. Okay, but you know what? Let's just talk about the outer packaging. I find that really, really cool. It has already that creepy vibe, of course, which is, well, we're going towards the fall. We've spoken about this in depth already. I kind of feel though also here that it has been done in a cool way. It is not disgusting. There is no bloodshed. There is no nothing like this. And I kind of really, really like this. I actually, when you look at that girl here on the packaging, super cute hairdo. Super cute hairdo, super cute clothes, like in the days of, what is it called? A Little House in the Prairie, right? Or something like that, or Little Farm in the Prairie. I don't know how it's called in English. Really, really cute clothes. I would wear this, no questions asked. Okay, so, but in any case, you know, this whole thing with the blush so high up and then over the nose. I know people who wear blush like this, not in real life, but online, and I always feel like, it always looks like the person is drunk. But yeah, I don't know. But you know, for this picture and for the purpose of course, promoting this palette and doing a cover for a blush palette and a highlighter palette, makes super much sense, and I really like what they did here. All right, let me see. Is this already live? This might be already live. Retailing for $30. Alright, so that is that. Then let's also talk about Enchanted Luster again, because I spoke about the Ghost Assassin palette. What I thought was going to be a palette, it is actually a quad. So it is kind of a palette, but a small one. Okay, so this is how it looks. I'm going to try to find the swatches. I saw the swatches on a different page, and that actually shows you better than what you're seeing here on the picture. And it actually looks really, really cool. Okay, so that is that. I have not tried Enchanted Luster. Still, I cannot believe that after all those years I have not tried Enchanted Luster yet. But this should be already available when you're seeing this. This has launched, I think, yesterday. Alright, so jump at this in case you want to. I have no idea what the price for this is. It doesn't say here. Does it? No. These shades will also be available as singles in case you just want to pick one or the other, and then also of course as a bundle and with the palette, like whatever you choose, they're going to be different prices. Then let's talk definitely also about Unearthly Cosmetics, because they're sneak peeking their Halloween collection, and apparently it is already up for pre-order, and I am shocked. I'm shocked. It's the 1st of August, right? But so this is the only picture I know. So this is, I'm gonna read this, okay? Unleash your inner enchantress and embrace the allure of the carnivorous world with our mesmerizing Devour Halloween collection. Inspired by the mysterious and captivating Venus flytrap, this collection is a celebration of beauty that can both enchant and devour. Available for pre-order, and it ships early October. This retails for $145. But sweeties, more details are going to come soon. We're going to talk about it, but they're already telling us that there will be 8 items in this collection. 8. All right, so this is so exciting. This is so exciting. I hope that this is something that I'm going to get in PR. Because, you know, these the influencer collabs, I'm usually not getting, you know, the one with Heather Austin and stuff like this. Not really getting stuff like this, but the main things I might be. Because I'm on their PR list, and the normal things, like the normal things, like these things, for example, I got in PR, you know, and also the lippy that I showed you, I got that in PR. So I hope that I'm going to get this, because I'm super excited about it. Yeah. All right. So that is Unearthly Cosmetics. Very much looking forward to seeing this. And even if I'm not getting it, I'm looking very much forward to seeing this. Okay. Another update for Gourmand Girls Cosmetics for their new palette in collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny. This is the Nightshade eyeshadow palette. Last time I could only show you the outside of the package of the palette. And then I think the first 4 shades, and now we can of course see the whole thing, and it is beautiful, absolutely stunning. This retails for $55. Sorry, $55. This has launched already. It has 14 shades featuring mattes and beautiful shimmers, and awesome. Awesome. I know by now that I'm going to get this palette. I don't know where it is. It has been shipped to me. I'm going to get this in PR. I have no idea where it is right now, but make sure, in case you want to see what I do with this palette, then of course follow me on my social media so you can see the looks in depth. But this looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful job. So, so nice. All right, then let's also give you an update on Glaminatrix, because last time I spoke about the Sugar and Spice, was it called Sugar and Spice palette? Let me just check. Sugar and Spice palette. And we only spoke about the outer packaging, and we were kind of guessing what was in it. And I think I remember that it said that it was a neutral palette with a twist. Now I look at this palette and I'm like, what? It looks beautiful. It is just such a surprise, because I figured it's going to be a neutral palette with a twist, but maybe I'm just making stuff up in my mind now. But I kind of remember that it said something like this, and I was thinking it's going to be, of course, having some kind of earthy tones, mostly browns, cold ones, warm ones, I don't know, and then maybe a green and a purple or something, you know, with the twist. Or spice, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that color would be, you know, but in any case, This is not what I expected, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it that this is not what I expected. So, so cool. Really, really nice. Really also loving the swatches. It's very pretty. This retails for $57, and of course Glaminatrix is based in Australia, so in Australia it retails for 85 Australian dollars, and this is going to release on August 6th. Okay, so this is right around the corner in case you want to pick this one up. This looks really pretty, and I love that they surprised me. Loving it. Okay, Pretties for Your Face is coming out with this. So they're coming out with these sunset sparklers. This is like a mini collection, and yeah, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different shades. This has launched already when you're seeing this, in case you want to pick this one up from Pretties for Your Face. Trying to figure out, I do have some items from Pretties for Your Face, but I think it is Flakes. I think, not 100% sure right now, but yeah, so I don't think I have tried ever any like eyeshadows in pans or something. I don't think so, but feel free to let us know what you think in the comments. This has launched already. I don't have prices. Okay, and the last one that I want to talk about is also an update on something that we spoke, I do believe, also last week about, which was the outer packaging of the Sunset Beach palette from MBA Cosmetics and Deandra Nicole. So this is basically what the outside looks, and then also what the inside looks like, and the swatches. So pretty. This is what I thought it would be, something like that. I kind of expected also a yellow, but that is just my limited thinking, no matter, okay? But I really, really like this. This is very on theme. It is, how should I say this? Because I'm kind of saying now the exact opposite of what I said before, because Glaminatrix, I was so glad that they surprised me, and here I kind of feel that it is so nice that I'm getting exactly what they have been suggesting. You know what I mean? There is something really, really nice in that too. I don't know. You try to figure me out. Okay, so this palette has 2 multi-chromes, 3 duochromes, 1 metallic, 2 shimmers, and 4 mattes. And this is going to be coming soon. And I think this is beautiful. I think the palette looks super, super beautiful. Me personally, I would have probably, because the palette overall looks rather mid-range and darker, I would have included though probably a black, which doesn't matter. I can pull in a black from wherever, right? But I kind of always feel like there needs to be, for me personally, I just want it like one more step, you know? But that is just me. This looks stunning, you know? All right, so sweeties, this is basically what it is for today. This has been a very, very long video. I hope you're still here. Just say hi in the comments if you're still here. All right, sweeties. This is what it is. I'm very, very glad, honestly, that I managed to get through filming, because I was very, very nervous to go on camera because of talking about what happened with my mom, also because of talking about the fundraiser, because it is, I'm not enjoying this really, you know? I'm enjoying the purpose, like to get out there and start the dog training program and to just do what I was born to do. But to get there and to ask for help, I'm not a person who asks for help. I don't think so. I have never been like this, you know. I have had 7 kids in 9 years without help. Without help. Okay, I had a cleaner for some time. I had a cleaner once a week. But beyond that, I did not have my parents here. My husband's parents were always, you know, beyond the age of actually hands-on help. And other than that, I never had any help. I always did everything myself, and I never asked for help, and I should have. I should have, because it's hard, you know? And I'm only now at the tender age of almost 44, because my birthday is coming up. I am only learning now that it is okay to ask for help, you know, which is a huge learning curve for me, because I always felt like my worth is only there if I manage, and if I manage well, and if I am as perfect as I can possibly be, which is, it's very toxic, you know. And to actually learn to also lean on others is a very, very human and very, very good thing to do, and not feel bad about yourself and not feel like you're a failure because you do. So does anyone relate to this? This is just how I feel, you know, and it has been very, very liberating in a way, in a very positive way, for me to to overcome this personal limitation of myself. But it's so strange though, because this limitation, what I see now as a limitation to not ask for help and to not, ever go there, it used to be my pride and joy. And now I feel it as a limitation, because my life could have been way more enjoyable and much better in a lot of ways. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten so sick with my eating disorder if I would have just asked for help earlier, So in any case, you always look back and you would make things different, right? So, but it's kind of interesting that now I'm kind of defining things also much differently. All right, so that is it for today. Please let me know what you think about everything that I spoke about in the video. Beyond that, of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. Please feel free to check out my link tree with all my links to social media, of course, with a list for all the discount codes that I have with the different brands, and also for my fundraiser. And I love to see you here. I'm looking forward to seeing you here next week again. Super big hugs, and up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle.